video looks at the inwards goods process. Again, with the other back office process, start in the back office and then the inwards goods tab. Here's a list of saved jobs that we will come back to later, but for this we're going to start a new job. Select the product type you bring in, books, stationery, etc. We're doing books here. Then select the supplier. The ones showing in the list here are ones that we've sent orders to, and if we want to see others, like we've just sent an order with a rep or phoned it in, we can select show all and show all suppliers. We're going to select Random House New Zealand for this. Enter a reference, something that will identify it in the jobs list, and maybe a staff initial. Jan rep order WS, for example. The invoice number from the supplier's invoice, which will come through in returns later. The date that we're doing it, 23rd. The invoice total, including GST. So let's say 112.5. Total number of items, 5. And the default category, if they're all within a category, so just setting them one by one. I'll leave that blank for now. Next step is to scan the books in from the box. Now I mentioned you could scan into this box. You can also, if you've got ISBNs in or barcodes in a spreadsheet, you can copy and paste, which is what I'm doing here. You can also put in additional quantities by going times 20. This will give us 20 of this item. Finally, I'm adding an item that the system won't know about it, just to show what it's like to add an unknown item. When all items are scanned out of the delivery, click search. Okay, this is the result. What happens here is it scans customer orders to show if there's books on order for these titles, and so you can put them aside as you go through the job. Now this is the quantities, you see 20 on this one. Now we go through, normally putting in the supplier's total cost depending on what they give on the invoice. You just put it in as it is on the invoice. So if we put in $50 for the total cost of this one and tab through, you can see it works out the cost per item. And this one on 20, if we put in something like $500, divided by 20 is 500, so it's just a little calculator to make entering things faster. There's an RRP and then a sale price. Sale price is actually what you want to sell it for. If it'll automatically put the RRP in, but if you want a discount, you put your price in here. Ticks being that the title has an image and description that are in already. This one here, if you want to add a description, you can. The fastest way to work this is to use the tab key and up down arrow to select categories and then continue tabbing on through. Another tip for saving time is that it's easier generally to go through invoices on a supplier. Firefox has a very useful feature where you can tab to either this point or this checkbox here and then start to type the beginnings of another title. So as you're working down through the invoice, you can jump to the next title rather than having to search all over the invoice for the next one to do. And I'll type novel, N-O-V-E-L. And you see it's jumped here. Now I can tab along, put the cost in for this one, and then type the next one. The way to set this is you go to Tools, Options, Advanced, and in here search for text when I start typing. Click OK, and that feature will be turned on. It's extremely helpful. If you're a subscriber to Book Data, books will be automatically imported. If the book is unknown to Book Data, you can manually enter it by clicking this wee icon here to add a publisher. Hit the first letters to select, and then just typing the title in. You can also edit publisher if it doesn't exist. It's a useful idea to click save. This saves your job and updates all the totals. The final thing to do is to tick the order numbers that the items arrived on and load stock and fill orders. This gives you purchase order report.